Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Latrell, and we just finished up the Pixel 7 Pro after a week video. So like I said in the last video, now we got the Pixel Watch after a week. And so far, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's kind of feeling more negative than positive, but I'll let y'all know in a second why. And I want to go and let y'all know also real quick that no, it's not sponsored. This ain't my transition into a sponsored bit, but I do want to say real quick that Google did send this out to me and they didn't pay me or nothing like that, but they did just send it. So shout out to Google for that. Hashtag gift from Google, hashtag Team Pixel, all that stuff. Again, they just make YouTubers do that just for clarification that, you know, we didn't just buy it ourselves. Which again, I would have just told y'all anyway. Like I just said that I got it from Google for free. But again, shout out to Team Pixel for that. Anyway, like I said in the last video, this ain't about to be a full review. Only had it for a week and that ain't nowhere near enough time for me to actually do a full review on it, so I need at least a month. But for now, let me go and tell you how I feel about it so far and what I'm feeling about this. Anyway, y'all know what we gotta do. Let's get into it. Alright, so I gotta say, it feels good being back on my YouTube grind after being sick and basically everything else that life threw at me. I could finally do videos again like a regular person. So I've been a Galaxy Watch warrior since basically the beginning of time. Like I had the Galaxy Watch that I use every single day, even these days. I use the Gear S3, S2, the original Gear S, the original Galaxy Gear, like the first Samsung watch they came out with, the Gear 2, all that stuff. Basically up until the Galaxy Watch 4 when they switched to Wear OS. And honestly, I really wasn't feeling, and I still kind of don't really feel Wear OS that much, and it ain't really my style. It's things like the battery life, like I knew battery life is going to be worse on Wear OS, and surprise, surprise, it's worse on Wear OS because Tizen's just more efficient with that stuff. It's smoother, like there's a lot of advantages to Tizen on here, but they got rid of it because there's not a lot of apps on it. But who cares? It's a watch. It ain't a phone. I'm not downloading Facebook on my watch. And there's a lot of watch faces on here, so you had a lot of customization just like this one, and I made this myself. It's on the Galaxy store right now. Look up Renovate watch faces on the Galaxy store or go to renovate.com and you'll see for yourself. I even had an Apple Watch Series 3 for a minute, which side note, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get another Apple Watch soon, so stay tuned for that, maybe. But Latrell, what's the point that you're even trying to get at? So I have experience with smartwatches, like I've been through a few of them. Tizen's pretty much always been my go-to, but I had experience with Wear OS. Like I even remember I flashed Wear OS on my original Gear S, like as a ROM at one point. Anyway, with the Pixel Watch, it's really complicated. I know it's Google's first watch, but I don't know if I want to excuse that. The Pixel Watch had a lot of hype over it because it's been rumored for I don't know how long now that Google was making a smartwatch. Also, you might look at this YouTube video and just be like, oh no, those bezels are way too thick, but these bezels I ain't really tripping about. And it ain't because, oh, I'm on Team Pixel, they sent this to me for free. Nah, f that, bro. I don't really care. I say what I want. The bezels I never really tripped about except for like before I had this watch, which when I saw that, I was like, oh no, that ain't doing it for me. But I think it's because Google just did a really good job in the software, just making it blend in with the bezels, you know, the software, because everything's black, like everywhere you go, it's just black and it just kind of blends in unless you like set a background in your watch face, which then you're gonna see it. As for the watch itself, I gotta say, man, even though I'm worried about the scratches on here, which before this video, I thought I did scratch it, but I cleaned it and there wasn't no scratches on here, which I'm surprised by. But it looks clean and minimalistic and things like that. Like I think it looks good in my opinion. Even like the color they gave me, it looks dope. But I gotta say, man, even for my small wrist right here, this does look pretty small on my wrist. I don't know if I can get with that. It's 41 millimeters and that's the only size that they sell. And just keeping it a buck with y'all, it's looking a little Bobby Shmurda-ish in my opinion. Now, if you don't know what that means, basically just go look up any Bobby Shmurda interview after he got out of jail. Like before he got out of jail, he was a whole different man. But after he got out of jail, just go look it up, Google it, and then you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But design and all that is cool, but it ain't really my type of style. Like I like this better, and that's not as much Bobby Shmurda-ish in my opinion. Like it looks more rugged, like manly. Not the watch band, it don't. I mean, if you're a dude, you can like pink, but pink ain't for me. I do like the gold though. All right, so with that being said, let me go and tell y'all what I think about the Pixel Watch so far. And it looks like that's going to conclude this video, so really appreciate y'all for coming through. Now, but for real though, me seeing that icon right there seems to be the ongoing theme with me using this watch. Like I see the low battery icon way more than I should using this. I mean, like let's be real here. The battery life on my watch shouldn't last nowhere near as long as the battery on my phone. Like it should last way longer than the phone. MKBHD and all those other YouTubers are right. The battery life on here is straight garbage. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I got the LTE one, but at the same time, I ain't even activate the LTE on here yet. So as far as I know, it ain't even using no service. Now, MKBHD did note that this thing constantly scans your heart rate all day, every day, which I noticed too, so that could be it. It could be strictly software, who knows? This very well could get some updates and then it'll last a lot longer, but we'll get into that later. The battery life I get on here is 12 hours, which is the most garbage battery life I've ever seen on a smartwatch, and Google already said that it lasts up to 24 hours. So at that point, y'all already lost because my LTE Galaxy watch lasts longer than 24 hours. At the best case scenario, you're getting 24 hours out of this when they were in their labs and doing all their testing to kind of stretch it, but you're not getting 24 hours, nowhere near that on here. Now, let me go and tell y'all something real quick, all right? So story time. I went to sleep with this on my wrist, and when I woke up, I noticed that the battery life lost 30% on here. Like right there already, I was like, oh, no, I know we ain't going down like that. Now, I will say this is the fastest charging smartwatch I've ever seen. It only takes an hour, and by the way, yeah, the magnets on here is like pretty weak, but I don't really care. It's just going on a little watch. I'm not moving the watch around while it's charging. But at the end of the day, I'll just come back to like, ain't really shit in here for it to charge in the first place, so I hope it wouldn't take that long. So at the end of the day, battery life on here is straight garbage. It's not a go at all, especially coming from Tizen, which has the most efficient battery life you ever seen on software. Now let's go and talk about this watch band, which it comes with another one for the record, a smaller one. But here's the thing. So first off, I gotta say that the watch band on here is just super easy to take off, whether you got fingernails or not, which I got this one fingernail right here because you remember when I slammed my finger in the car door. All you gotta do is just press this button here on the side and then you can slide it off just like that. And that goes for both of them. And then whenever you want a new one on there, just slide it back on and it's really no effort at all. I heard somebody say that it's hard to replace the watch band on there, but at least for me, no, it ain't at all. But with that being said, I don't like how it don't go flat like it does with a regular watch band. So it is way harder to replace a watch band on my Galaxy watch, but it also goes flat and also it's universal. So really, if I wanted to run to the Louis V store and get me a watch band, I could and actually put it on my Galaxy watch and have like a legitimate, like authentic Louis V band. But that's getting off topic. What I was talking about is that you can't put this flat. So I got a Samsung wireless charger dual and I can't put it on the wireless charger because it's just gonna sit on there like this. Like it's not flat. It's not gonna touch it. It's pretty much exactly like the Apple Watch. So I feel like if even I got a third-party watch band, it's still not gonna lay flat because of how it's angled, as you can see right there. Now let's go and talk about this whole Google Fitbit integration, or pretty much lack thereof. They just slapped it on the watch is what I want to go and talk about in the software. So Google don't want to get rid of the Fitbit name for obvious reasons. So if you don't know, Google bought Fitbit a little while ago. And what we got right here is the result of all that. So it's real confusing. I don't know what's going on here, but Google already got Google Fit. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. If they're going to discontinue it, knowing Google, they might. But we got Fitbit Exercise and then we got Fitbit Today. So it's not just exercising today, but we got the Fitbit versions of that. And then on top of that, when you set up this watch, you got to set up a Fitbit account because I never had a Fitbit before, so I never had an account until I got this, and I had to make a Fitbit account. So now I have to give my email to somebody else on top of Google, and then it's just like a whole mess. I don't really care for that. They need to do some more integration. Like I said, they already got Google Fit, so I don't know what they're gonna do with that, and you can't even install it on here. I don't think anyway. I could be wrong. And just overall with the watch, I know it's their first watch, but they're behind on a lot of features you can get on something like a Galaxy Watch 4, like your blood pressure monitor and all those things like that. It's just basically a smartwatch, and it's not going to go that much further than that. They do got really good heart rate monitors, so if you're working out, that's going to be a plus for you. But if you get something like this, it's just not going to have everything that you might want, even with something like an Apple Watch, right? So people clown Apple because they're behind on a lot of stuff, but the Apple Watch is really dope. It's not for me, but it is dope, and they do got a lot of features in there that you can't find in something like this. I can measure my electrocardiogram on this, and I can't with this, and it's just things like that on a $400 smartwatch I'm not feeling. It is their first smartwatch, but this is Google we're talking about. We're not talking about some new company that just sprung out of the dirt. So far, I don't got a lot of good things to say about this Pixel watch, even though it's an okay watch, but for the price tag, yeah, I don't know about that. I'll get back to y'all in a month and I'll let y'all know how I feel then, but right now, I just don't know if I can get with it. And that's just my true opinion. Google does send me this stuff for free, but I'm not gonna just sit here and be like, oh yeah, it's the best watch in the world. No. But with that being said, let me go and get up out of here. Hopefully I enjoyed this, and let me know what you think about the Pixel watch, and I really hope that they make a really dope Pixel watch too. They gotta start somewhere though, right? So I guess that's the point to make there. But all right, y'all, I'm getting up out of here. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go and get this video a like. And if you really liked it, go and subscribe. But go and follow me on my social media at Ecentic on basically just Twitter at this point, because like I said before, all my other social media got hacked and I don't have access to those right now, but I am working on it. I think I'm getting progress right now. But yeah, stay tuned for my full consumer review on the Pixel watch, and that will be coming in about 3 weeks because like I told y'all before, I do a whole month to make my review. But all right, y'all, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one then.